if my voice is a little hoarse, I got a cold. Anyway, so to start this off, it's to kind of get to know me while I play Minecraft. I'm a 27-year-old female that is a big gamer, big nerd. I'm really reserved. I kind of get quiet, don't know really what to say, because this is kind of new for me. Everybody, it's a little new for everybody. I just get a little nervous, flustered, stumble around words, the usual that, most people will do. Some people are just a little bit more gutsy, I guess. My first video game was Vandal Hearts on the PS1. It was a strategic game, almost like you were playing chess, but it was with different characters. It was actually quite fun. I really enjoyed that game, and then I went on to Final Fantasy. Oh boy. Final Fantasy. And this is Final Fantasy VII. So, back then, the bosses were more of a pain in the butt than they kind of are now. I mean, they still can be a pain in the butt, but I just did that one day, to be honest. I never really got into... Oh, there's a friend. I don't know if I know him. Anyway, but anyway, I'm just, learning a lot of different things over the years, trying to figure out what exactly I'm supposed to do. No, that's, that totally went, backwards there. I think I'm gonna have to start a new cast, guys. Huh. Okay, let's try this again. I mean, I want to play with friends, but the only thing is right now I'm talking with you guys, so it gets a little confusing. I'll apologize to the gentleman later. So, I really got into games when I was younger. I really enjoyed games. Especially, the mechanics of different games you can find. I mean, from first-person shooter to multiplayer online, MMOs. I never really have played much computer games because with all the new graphics and everything, you gotta get the specs, or you gotta get the most fanciest gosh darn thing you can think possible. I mean, I have a little itty-bitty Toshiba computer just to social media or watch YouTube videos. Anyway, I guess the best thing to say is that was not fun. I was laid up for quite a while. first actually started out, to be completely honest, with first-person shooters. I have now migrated to a lot of different games, which is nice because playing with other people online is okay. It's just fine, you know. First-person shooters, though, it's a little difficult. Because, I mean, come on. You're trying to shoot people that literally are so hyper that you can't keep a hair signal. A hair... oh boy. Hair sight. You just can't shoot them. I kind of went downhill on that. I don't play much FPS anymore. And I have some friends that have migrated over from the Xbox One to the PS4. That's a whole different story. Because, oh my goodness. It is, they say that everybody has their own preferences when it comes to systems. I'm not prejudiced when it comes to systems. I like all systems. I just have I prefer the PS4 because they do have a lot of the games that I played when I was younger that the Xbox doesn't have. Oh my, there's a creeper up there. And anyway, I met my best friend in middle school. It's actually kind of a funny story. Him and I were just sitting there. He was one side of the classroom. I was the other side of the classroom. We were both really quiet. He was... I don't remember exactly what he was doing, but it was a couple days before I started speaking to him because of all things. Now, I thought back then, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh! In middle school was dying. You know, you gotta put into consideration, with me being 27, middle school is like in 2003 area. So you would think that, you know, after a while, Yu-Gi-Oh! Was pretty much dying because they were coming out with all of these other stuff. Pokemon, Magic the Gathering. Well, he had a binder of Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards sitting in his lap, and oh my god. That's how him and I became best friends. I kind of went over there and I was really quiet and he was like, do you want to sit down? And I kind of sat down next to him. And, well, kind of was just going through his binder and I was like, so, you like Yu-Gi-Oh? And that was just the most, like, ridiculous question to ask. But, we became good friends. He's like a brother to me, to be honest. I don't know if anybody else has gone through that, where it feels like sometimes you can be closer to your friends than you can be to family, because your family feel like they're gonna always judge you, you know? They're always gonna think, oh my god, you know, you need to do this, you're better than that, I raised you better. And it's like, it's not really how you raised me, mother or father, you know, it was how... It's just how I am. It's just who I am, you know? I mean, yeah, I do things a little bit differently than you, but that just happens, Mom. You know, and then you start thinking, and your mom's like, well, you need to do this, you know how parents are. I mean, parents, though, you never can really live without them. They are your heart, they are your soul. They mean the world to you unless, you know, you haven't really had parents and you've only had friends. My mom was always there for me. She was the one that raised me. My father, he was to be honest, he was a drunk and he was an alcoholic. So he never was really, truly there for me. My mother busted her butt off, raised my brother and I, and, you know, just her health got the best of her, so now, she has arthritis. She had an aneurysm about 2-3 years ago in her stomach, and literally within a day, like not even within a day, within like a couple of hours, she had to go back in. Well, no, not a couple hours. I second guess myself a lot. I critique myself. I don't want to be lying. I would say probably 6 hours. And then she had to go back in and get her aneurysm removed, because it went from the size of like, if you look at your pinky now, about the size of that. And they thought, oh, okay, that'll be fine. Then it just expanded to almost the point of bursting to the size of a grape. So yeah. And that's a little bit about, me. Especially since, I'm starting up a YouTube video. Or YouTube channel, I should say. I'm a big gamer. I do get quiet at times, and I do apologize. If you ever want to, want to know anything, or want me to tell you how, or the area I live, I can tell you where I live. I live in South Dakota. Yay. Where the winters are long and the summers are short, and it gets so hot here. Yeah, other places get hot, but when you're from South Dakota and you're a South Dakotian, your summers, you love your summers. But here lately, heck, about a week ago or half a week ago, it was 107 here. Okay? That's not okay for South Dakota. My goodness, that is just not right temperature for South Dakota. And I live over on the south, I would say, let's see, southwest area, a little over the corner near Wyoming, blah, blah, blah. So, it does get a little bit different. We have some of the unusual weather. Unlike people from the north or the south, they have the calm weather, the weather that's like just right. It can be really warm, or it can be just right where it's warm outside, the sun is shining, but there's a cool breeze. Here, it's either raining, snowing, or extreme heat. There's no happy medium. Oh man, it's not fun at times. I love South Dakota. I love Rapid. Oh well, now I live in Rapid. Anyway, it's a small place. I won't lie. We're looking at 100. Or no. I don't remember if it was 100 or 600,000. I think it's 100. Well, I don't know much about where I live, but I was born in Colorado Springs, Colorado, when my mother was able to move up here to South Dakota. I wasn't even a year. I was probably maybe half a year, 5-6 months old. I strolled on up here. My mom took me up here, and well, I have been here since. Except for it wasn't the Rapid City area. It was Black Hawk that I grew up at. And Black Hawk was the most peaceful, most kindest place in the world. Yeah, all your neighbors watched out for you. You watched out for your neighbors. This one guy literally was stealing our gosh darn boat. It was just a little, aluminum boat. You use the paddles, go out. And this guy's like this scrawny little dude trying to pick up this heavy boat. And it was pretty heavy, because even at being at the age of 13, I'm really strong. I worked out and everything. I can lift 200 and some pounds, like it was 275, but it went down to like 201 because of being laid up. I haven't been able to go to the gym, stuff like that. Anyway, when I was little, I could lift about 100 pounds, which is a lot for a 13-year-old, for me anyway, I think. And, well, yeah. That thing was heavy. It was probably a good 300, 400 pound dang boat. Aluminum boat. Like one of these little paddle boats. Yeah. Anyway. And my mother and I were sleeping. My brother was playing, actually, a video game. He was playing Mortal Kombat. And, yeah, one of our neighbors came back and they were like, I would just let you know that someone tried stealing your guys' boat. So I called the police and he got arrested, but your boat's back where it was. It may be, moved a little bit because, you guys have a grass patch that's like taller than your legs, but I just thought I'd let you know. And it was just so polite and so kind. I mean, that's what I love about people. How kind they can be. But anyway, guys, you have a good day. I am going to jump off. That's a little bit about me. Have a good day.